It's time for the Cinemassacre
podcast. But first, a message from today's sponsor.
Hey everyone out there in TV land, it's Kieran from the Cinemassacre podcast, and today I'm here to talk to you about wallets.
Wallets. Wallets. Yeah. Wallets. Wallet.
Ditch that old bulky wallet. I love this wallet. Check out their many other wallets.
You can't rip it!
So I'm here with Mark Miller, and we talked about you before on some previous podcasts. You have a band called Corruptor.
Yeah, so Corruptor, it's spelled corrupt-r.
If you don't like the harsh vocals and stuff, this is the band for you. And I'm not just saying that to plug it.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah. I played guitar for about 20 years or so. I mean, I'm very novice. And I never publicized it. I always kept it a secret. We were in the middle of COVID. It was in the middle of 2020 and really bummed out and everything. And we started this quarantine band, Rex Viper, of course. And
it just made me feel so good.
And I posted it. And you responded after that. It's the first time I ever got criticism that said, you need to use your pinky more.
And it was actually really impressive. You were playing that without your pinky. I mean, you were doing some serious stretches, but I was like, man, get that pinky in there, dude.
So I'm like, all right, I'm sure I'll accept the lessons. And, it's too hard for me. I'm never going to get that good. And,
Yeah. No, I mean, you've been like so excited. I mean,
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Get that pinky in there, dude.
We played the Rex Viper show, and you voluntarily flew out to that show.
Yeah.
You set up my pedals and things like that, and were there to change a string if a string broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, your show's stressful, man. So stressful. But a few fuck-ups, but whatever.
Yeah, there's a couple of parts where I would miss a note.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was happy to be out again.
It was cool.
But this brings us to our topic, so Halloween Kills, because we've both seen Halloween Kills, but haven't really had the chance to discuss it much. All right, so first let's start with what did you like about it?
The flashback scenes, that was incredible. Like, I don't know much about filmmaking. Man, they made it look exactly the same. Like, it almost seemed like a tip of the hat to the fans. Like, oh, hey, look, it's Loomis. Like, oh, look, it's this person. And oh, look, it's that. But it doesn't really affect the story at all.
Yeah, this one at least felt a little more like they were trying to do something different with it.
They made it look exactly the same. Like,
yeah.
Right.
And I don't even know how he did that. I don't know. I can't explain why.
Mm-hmm. I don't know the guy's name, but the guy who plays Michael is good. Just like the head movements, the way he walks around so casually. Like,
yeah. They made the mask look right. It looks like what a mask would look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's two things that make Mike scary. One is he has no motive, right? Mm-hmm. And that's like so important. And number two is that he is technically a mortal man that can be killed. So he could be anyone. Anytime something terrible happens, like there's a murder or a terrorist attack or anything like that, that's like kind of evil and people die, what does everyone want to know, right? Why? And we're not going to tell you. There is no reason why. He just did it, and he just snapped.
You don't know what death is!
You don't know what death is.
It gives me chills. Like, the series hasn't really evolved much, but it sort of tries to experiment a little. And, like...
Yeah, it's kind of a deeper question where it's like, as any artist... Because, if you think about, like, okay, so this is
AVGN.
And this is the fans, right? So, like, the first episode, the artist and the fans are like this. Like, everything's right in the world. Like, the first episode was what the artist is currently working on, so that's obviously what they're interested in. And the fans love the first episode. So, like, they're just totally synced. But then as time goes on, it's like, okay, well, the artist doesn't want to write the same episode over and over and over. They might even want to do it.
Rex Viper.
Man, your fans are going to be pissed. So the artist kind of starts going this way, and the fans are like, hey, what are you doing, man? And they kind of, there's like tension there, And so the question I've always kind of thought was very fascinating is, what is your responsibility? Because if you do what you want to do only and all the time, there's going to be tension with your fans because you're going to be kind of all over the place, and the fans like probably aren't going to like that because you're not sticking to what they originally loved about you.
But first, I want to talk about this episode's sponsor, Raycon. Raycon.
It's always been a fascinating question to me. I want to see what you thought.
Well, I mean, I never expected to be the angry video game nerd. It's something that just happened, and I'm personally very miserable.
Yeah.
So, but I knew going into it, not everybody's going to like this. So I just, accept that. That's what I try to do.
Yeah. Right.
What I do, I try to make everybody happy that I can. But you got to make yourself happy too. Like you can't,
Yeah. No, that's a great story.
Cool. Anyway, yeah. So thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
I'm like, when is he going to stop talking to us? He was shit.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Cinemassacre podcast. See you next Tuesday. Remember to like this episode, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment below.
You're not selling this shit on eBay. Give me